Well, hey, welcome folks to the channel. Welcome to another episode. Hanging out here at the park today, getting another video from Vanquest done, so I figured I'd do a 2-for-1 and film the intro for you as we look at this new generation of the FATPACK. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I love the Vanquest FATPACK. That stands for First Aid Trauma Kit, so or pack. So that's what it is. They have 3 different designs right now from different sizes, from the smallest, which we're looking at here today, in the 4x6 inch. Then they have a larger one at 5x8, and then they have the biggest one, kind of the big boy, that would be like maybe a platoon size or family size, or however you want to, relate it to. And I believe that one's 7x10. So there are many different designs, and they've kind of gone back to the drawing board, which Vanquest does a lot of the time, and listen to the consumer, listen to their own, design team, and then they redesign an already fantastic system and add some things to it. So we're going to look at the FATPACK 4x6 today. This is the newest generation to date, and I got to tell you, I'm really excited because it's been able to allow me to slim down and go down a size in my daily kit. I got this one rocking right here on the pack, and it's awesome anytime I can slim down or make smaller my gear systems. So I love that aspect. Because of just some simple design tweaks that they did, I'm now able to go from the 5x8 that I was rocking before, and now I'm able to go to this 4x6, which is awesome. So let's go ahead, take a look at it, show you the pros, show you the cons, and we'll talk about why I love the FATPACK design in general from Vanquest and what this particular new redesign has to offer you. Quick disclaimer, folks, I am not a medical professional. I'm just an average Joe like you. I recommend doing your research. The items I'm about to talk about today, just don't go out there, purchase them, and start flinging them around, trying to put them on your buddies or yourself, or know what you're doing. So this is all just my recommendations to you as an average Joe, having done some experience, been in some medical situations where I've had to do it myself. That's it. That's all I've got, and that's all I'm offering to you. So do this everything at your own risk, particularly when you're doing it to somebody else who's not in your family or an immediate relative. When you just come across somebody and you start, working on some of the items we're looking at today, blood clotting systems and, tourniquets and all those type of things, you got to really know what you're doing, and you can open yourself up for liability. So just be aware of that. Keep that in consideration. Do your own research, and really, honestly, go take classes. Learn for yourself the medical treatment on how to use medical products and treat medical wounds and wounds on your body. So with that little disclaimer, let's go ahead. So this is huge, folks, and this is why I was able to downsize my medical kit for the most part, are the fact that they have now put elastic bungees or bands on top of one solid band right here on the sides of this FATPACK. What that now allows me to do is that I can not only fit a rat tourniquet and scissors, but now I can fit a full-size cat tourniquet on the side of this pack, basically matching exact length of the pack itself. That's huge. The old versions, you could kind of stuff in a rat tourniquet. Nothing wrong with a rat tourniquet, but the more tourniquets, if you know what you're doing with them, again, going back to kind of the disclaimer, and the more you can have, and honestly, the cat kind of, in my mind, being the most reliable, and then as a rat having a great backup, is fantastic to be able to mount to the side of this pack, and really takes it to the next level of organization and capability. So one new great feature that I love is that they've made a rigid handle here with a standard Velcro red tab. So it designates not only where to grab right away, but it kind of makes sure that hey, this is a medical pack versus, say, some other packs that are out there on the market. So that's really cool to see that. So that makes it very easy for me to grab, deploy, and open and get to the contents that I need to. Super quick, super easy. And I technically don't really need to go purchase, unless you want to, a medical patch so people know that it's a medical kit. The red kind of gives it away. Along with that, when I open this up, not only am I able to get like iodine, a medical tape, a small wrap bandage, but then I've got my SWAT tourniquet. So I technically now have 3 tourniquets in here. I've got my rubber gloves, I got painkillers, I got all that stuff. They got 3 layers in here. So, you know, I have bandages and tweezers. Then I have more medical, you know, like iodine wipes and anti-itch cream. And then I got some bigger bandages, and then I got a finger splint, and then I got 2 very large bandages for, you know, maybe like gunshot wounds or really deep cuts and those type of things. And that's awesome. And so I can really build out a more compact medical kit for a single person. This would be fantastic for a single person. Maybe a couple is probably the most I would be able to fit in here to handle 2 people, but that's about it. But I can get all of this stuff without any sort of issues. And on top of that, they've added these 2 little tube bands in here. Before they were just these very large elastic bands. Now you have this smaller elastic band that you can get smaller tubular items or cylindrical items into, like EpiPens. Even, you know, maybe you don't need an EpiPen and you just want a Sharpie in there. Maybe it's you know, a tubular holder for pills and medicine, whatever it may be. So they've added that feature as well. Another feature, the older versions I believe just had 1. Now they've added 2 grab tabs here, so you can just grab the pack itself, grab the zipper when you're pulling it back up, and just makes it a nice easy pull to put it back together. So the price on these new guys is going to run you about $30 over at the Vanquest website. I'll have a link not only there, but also to Amazon, so you can go check these guys out. But for $30, great way to help organize your medical supplies in a very secure way. And that's really where I see my money going with this, is that for very fast deployment in that emergency situation, and you're not digging around in some Ziploc bag or just kind of like a dump pouch of medical supplies, that you have a lot more organization and everything's in the place where it's supposed to be. Even when you're tossing and turning and tumbling around and then ripping that thing open, everything stays where it's supposed to be. All right, folks, 2 for 2, you know this drill by now. The 2 things I'd like to see in the next redesign done, and then the 2 things that really make the FATPACK stand out from the crowd. I'm gonna go with the negative first because I like to get that out of the way, then we can go with the positive. So the 2 things I would like to see a little bit different, they've added some better grab handles. That front handle is awesome, but to really have that same design on the back, so there's a good grab handle on the back, a good grab handle on the front, and you can just open it like that, accordion style, kind of would be amazing. I would love to see that, because you may not always have it attached to MOLLE packs. Like this works fantastic, but if it's just flying around in a pack or something like that, or it's laying in your car, maybe it's in a glove box, whatever, it can be a little tricky, and you basically end up having to jerry rig either paracord or something like that to give you kind of a handle to grab on the back end of the pack. So I'd love to see a dual handled system in the future. The other aspect is weight. You guys hear me talk about this all the time. 1,000 denier is great. There's nothing wrong with it, but it makes the bag a little bit stiff and rigid and weigh more. 500 denier, I know that Vanquest uses that on some of their pack designs and, you know, backpacks and that type of thing. I would love to see a 500 denier Kedora version. It's still super tough, super durable, but it would cut down a little bit on the weight and a little bit of the rigidness that you have to fight against when you're stuffing it full of gear, and it would give a little bit more give and flexibility so that you could really get the items exactly where you want it, and you're not fighting against the nylon itself. So those are the 2 aspects I would love to see different in a new redesign. The 2 rockin' things that I love about it are the tourniquet holders on either side. That has totally revolutionized the capability of this pack for me, and now that's what made it possible for me to slim down and get to that smaller size. The other aspect is that grab handle in the front. Not only do you have that little red logo so that you can better designate, hey, this is the handle, but that rigidness, it's easy to grab, easier than the last generation, makes it a fantastic upgrade. So those are the 2 aspects that really take this to the next level over the last generation and make it worthwhile for me. Well, folks, time for us to get on out of here, wrap up this video. Got to tell you, as always, I love it. Every time I see a new generation, a new redesign, I love it more and more. So to this point, it's still my favorite medical kit system to carry because of how fast it deploys, because of all the little features and how compact this little design is. I don't have to go hunting around for every gear item, because you know, when the crap hits the fan in a medical situation and you're having to use it, and I've been there, I've had to do that a couple times on buddies of mine, whatever, we're out hiking and it's like, whoa, we have got to take care of this right away. You don't have time to jack around and try and find out where this is. You need it laid out right there, ready to go, and the FATPACKs offer that regardless of what size you purchase. So as always, thank you so much for checking out the channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. Love to hear your guys' thoughts on this FATPACK design. And as always, remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.